Good morning, dear learners. This is your educator Rashi Poddar for UGC NET Paper 2 English. Our today's session is a short quiz. It is designed to just brush up your memory, and all the questions here are from your previous year papers. This session is just designed to help you remember few points and get you an idea of what you need to do for your December attempt if you are preparing. Let's start our session. The first question on your screen is, had we but world enough and time, this coyness, lady, were no crime. This statement is an example of irony, paradox, hyperbole, or euphemism. The correct answer is irony. First of all, what you need to remember from this particular slide is that कि ये statement किस poem से है. It is a very famous poem. So you need to remember कि ये किससे है. After that, आपको सारे literary devices का idea होना चाहिए. All the important literary devices, their definition and few examples. Just in case आपके पास question आ जाए, तो you will be able to identify. And just in case इसके questions नहीं आते हैं, ऐसा है कि ये वाला जो particular literary devices based question है, ये हर बार आपका आता है, हर बार. Even 27 जून को 2025 जो आपका पेपर हुआ है UGC नेट का, उसमें भी लिटरेरी डिवाइसेस से क्वेश्चंस थे. तो लिटरेरी डिवाइसेस becomes an important point for us paper. The next question is match the following. You have to match list 1 with list 2. Caste, beef, blunder, flax, and you have to match Norse, German, Portuguese, or French. Once you see the options, I'll show you कौन सा option आपको choose करना है. Read the question first. You have to tell me the origin of the word. These are the options. Let me show you the questions again. Question again. This is the question. This is your option. And the correct option is option 3. ये जनरल क्वेश्चन है, ये आ भी सकता है, नहीं भी आ सकता है. एक बार आया हुआ इस तरह का क्वेश्चन पेपर में, सो यू डोंट नीड टू प्रेशर योरसेल्फ फॉर सच क्वेश्चंस. Moving towards our next question. In King Lear, who among the following speaks in the voice of poor Tom? Kent, Edgar, Edmund, or Gloucester? The correct option is option 2, Edgar. First of all, this play is very important. You need to read this play, you need to know the characters, you need to know the setting, important dialogues from there. This play is important. This play is written by William Shakespeare. After that, you need to, there is a critical work written by another writer on this. You need to know about that as well. इस तरह के questions आते हैं, direct आते हैं. जून पेपर में भी इसका question देखा गया है. इस तरह से क्वेश्चन के पैटर्न में देखा गया. सो दिस इज एन इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन फॉर यू. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. आइडेंटिफाई द इम्पॉर्टेंट थिएटर्स ऑफ द एलिजाबेथन पीरियड. पीकॉक, ग्लोब, स्वान एंड ग्रैंड. Out of these 4, you have to identify any 2 important theatres associated with Elizabethan period. Now, I would read this question as very important because theatres के around questions बनते हैं and direct questions ऐसे ही बनते हैं. The answer is option 2. That is Globe and Swan. These are the 2 important theatres. ये दोनों थिएटर के बारे में आपका पढ़ा हुआ भी होना चाहिए कि ग्लोब थिएटर कब क्लोज हुआ, when it got rebuilt, when it got open, फायर लगा. स्वान थिएटर के बारे में आपको पता होना चाहिए, when it got established. ये सारे important points हैं जो आपको कवर करने हैं यहाँ से. This is our next question. You have to arrange the following American poets in order of their birth. Still relevant question. Questions have been seen in the chronology order in past as well from writers. आज भी बन रहे हैं 25 जून के साइकिल में भी ये क्वेश्चन बना हुआ है इस तरह से जून 2025 के साइकिल में. सो कभी भी राइटर्स पढ़े, डू ट्राई टू रीड देम इन क्रोनोलॉजी ऑर्डर. आप उसको पढ़ो ही क्रोनोलॉजी ऑर्डर में. लाइक अमेरिकन पोएट्स अगर आप पढ़ रहे हो तो अरेंज देम इन द क्रोनोलॉजिकल ऑर्डर एंड देन स्टार्ट रीडिंग अबाउट देम एंड देयर वर्क्स. We have Emily Dickinson, Ralph Waldo Emerson, Robert Frost, Henry David Thoreau, and Walt Whitman. Correct option is the first option. First is Ralph Waldo Emerson, then comes Henry David Thoreau, then we have Walt Whitman, then Emily Dickinson, and in last we have Robert Frost. All these writers are important from net perspective. You need to read their important works as well and about the writer as well. Biography इनका पढ़ना है, इनके biography से questions बनते हैं. Next question. Okay, the next question is again very important. This writer is very important in all her works. All her works, I mean all her works. You have to read the plot of every work, the characters, especially the characters. इनके characters से काफी questions बनते हैं. In which Jane Austen novel do you find the characters Anne Elliot, Lady Russell, Lucia Musgrove, and Captain Wentworth? Emma, Mansfield Park, Persuasion, or Northanger Abbey? The correct option is option 3, Persuasion. इनके ये सारे वर्क्स आपके पढ़े हुए होने चाहिए. इनके 2 वर्क्स इनकम्प्लीट है, उन दोनों के बारे में आपको नाम पता होना चाहिए. पब्लिकेशन डेट, कैरेक्टर्स, दिस राइटर इज important, very important. Moving towards our last question. Patrick White, the Australian novelist, was a recipient of which of the following prizes? Australian of the Year 1973, Pulitzer Prize 1965, Booker Prize 1955, Nobel Prize in Literature 1973, or Perkins Prize in Narrative 1992. Patrick White has got any 2 of the following awards. You have to identify which. The correct option is option 2, A and D. He got the Australian Prize of the Year and Nobel Prize in Literature in 1973. राइटर्स के लिस्ट बुकर प्राइज से भी क्वेश्चन बनते हैं. आपके प्राइजेस अल्टीमेटली जिनको नोबेल प्राइज मिला है वो इम्पोर्टेंट हो जाते हैं. तो आपको नोबेल प्राइज का लिस्ट कंप्लीट करना है, बुकर प्राइज का लिस्ट पढ़ना है, साहित्य अकेडमी अवार्ड एंड पुलिट्जर प्राइज. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट आपको नोबेल लॉरिएट्स का भी, पोएट लॉरिएट्स का भी आपको पढ़ना है लिस्ट. ये कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट प्राइजेस है जिनके बारे में आपको पता होना चाहिए. I hope the session was quite useful for you. You must have noted all the important points, all the things that we have discussed here. It must have brushed up your memory. Let's end our session today and have a lovely day, learners.